I'm the campus editor and social media editor for the paper, and I'm joined here today by...
I'm Anthony Martinez, photo editor for the LMC Experience. Welcome back to my crib.
Yes, welcome back to the stage of history. We are at Scenic Anthony's house for the second week in a row because LMC is once again closed. We are recording this on Monday, November the 19th, and last week it was closed due to Veterans Day. This week it's closed due to air quality concerns from the nearby fires. And realistically, that's probably the first thing we're going to talk about, not your house, but the fires. And so some statistics from Associated Press that are accurate as of today. Again, that's Monday, November 19th. So Associated Press reports 77 currently dead, over 1,300 missing, over 10,000 homes destroyed, approximately 233 miles of destruction, square miles, and the fire is currently at 65% containment, which is not very good, but it is still a leg up from last week. So they are making progress in battling it, but it's still very much an issue as it stands. And a little bit closer to home, here in the East Bay, we've been affected in that LMC's been closed for several days. It's affected several sports games, both LMC sports games and local high school ones. And it's even affected the quality of the lake here at LMC. There's a bunch of other confounding variables. It's not just the fire smoke, but it's definitely not helping. So, and we have stories and all those, the campus closures, the game cancellations, and the lake quality issues all online right now and in our last issue of the paper. But yeah, no, this fire has been insane.
It's causing a lot of issues, commuting, jobs, respiratory issues, people losing their houses. A lot of people are coming down to this part of the Bay Area now. I've heard, firsthand stories of, people's family members losing entire houses up there in Chico and just coming down here for family, for support. They've lost everything, and it's just very troubling to see this.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We're losing a couple days of school, which, I mean, I know everyone wants to think, oh, cool, free day off, but that can cause issues with finals are coming up, so that gives people, it gives people a time crunch. But even with that inconvenience, we're still not facing the worst of it. It's actual just devastation in that area. I do have a friend of mine who goes to Chico that actually had to evacuate for a couple days. He's fine now, but that definitely shook him up a little bit. I have a friend who goes to Davis. They're having a 16-day Thanksgiving break because they've just had so many cancellations. My phone gets the notifications from Sacramento states. They've been closed all this week too. It's really nuts up there.
Yeah, it's very concerning. Like, life just basically can't go on as it should, you know what I mean? Like, we can't, do as many things. We can't go outside as much. We can't.
It's a natural disaster scenario.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see that it happened this fast and it's happening today. Like, this is the future. Like, it could happen to us here in the East Bay. Like, everything, like, what happened with Santa Rosa, what's happening with Chico, we could be next,
I mean, but you're definitely right. It could happen. Realistically, the other concern with the fires is that we are going to be getting some rain soon. We are expected to have rainfall, which should help with those fires. But then the problem with that is that if we do get that rain, it's more than likely going to have a ton of toxins from all the smoke. So if we do get any rain in our area in the near future, please be sure that you've got raincoats, umbrellas, pants. Just make sure you're safe out there.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's like you can just never be safe enough, you know what I mean? You already have to wear your mask, now you have to wear, it's horrible. Yeah.
And again, so on the issue of masks, make sure it's an N95 is the best. A P95 is also really good. It has to be one of those two. If it's anything else, you're getting a mask meant for paint sanding, not for standing up to smoke. And a respirator unit is also going to be a lot better than just a standard mask, but hey, anything's better than nothing.
Oh yeah, 100%. I had to go into work, and not to make it about my work, but just with whatever I could, knowing that something's better than nothing, so.
But outside of the fires, we do have not that much to talk about this week, not because of the cancellation, but just it was kind of a thin week. So our first and last segment is going to be on the campus. We've got a couple stories there. First is Los Menos College Associated Students, LMCAS. They run the Academic Senate, and they have almost a full board of senators for the first time in a very long time. Letitia Robles went and interviewed a couple people involved with Academic Senate, and they're only 3 seats off from a full board. And John Nguyen, who's one of the advisors for Academic Senate, said that this isn't an exact quote, this is paraphrasing, but he basically said that more than likely those 3 seats that are currently empty will more than likely be filled during the end of spring elections.
Okay. That's great. I know that they're a very diverse group of of students and people. I know they're capable of great things. I've talked personally with some of them, and I like what they're doing. I like that we're going to be filling up those jobs pretty soon.
And realistically, they attribute that massive growth of activity and participation, they attributed it to campaigning mostly, and just continued outreach. And I think they have been doing a pretty good job of that, because this is the first semester that I've been at the campus where LMCS has really felt like a presence. It's not some background agent, it's something where like you have someone who's affiliated with it in your class, you see posters from it, they're always coming to you, you actually know what it is. They're doing a very good job of making their presence felt.
They're just way more community oriented, and I would say also the police department too has really stepped up their community orientation too, and I think that's really helped out the campus in general. Yeah.
Also on campus this week, the new Black Student Union, which we mentioned briefly last episode, held their State of the Black Student Forum. We had A.R. Broom cover this, get some pictures. And yeah, this was meant to just be sort of a town hall where they discussed exactly what you'd think, the state of the black student. And then our final story for on the campus is Jesus Cano. He did a write-up on women's soccer and their performance this semester. He described it as a historic turnaround in which they won their first Bay Valley Athletic Conference title in at least 24 years by tying Solano College 1-1 in their final game of conference play. So yeah, they won their conference title, and they did go to playoffs, but obviously they've had some issue actually playing those playoffs because of the game cancellations, in which they were one of the many sports here affected.
Yeah, and you said some of the games had to be left off to, what was it, coin toss?
So I was reading something, this is more for NCS than just LMC specifically, but they're playing around with the idea of having some of the games be decided by coin flip or by seeding, just because they've been delayed. There's so much pushback that's getting to the point where they have to finish the season somehow, and it's just really nuts.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, how could you determine the winner of something like that just because of...
It's either that or no contest.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Shout out to the games that they were able to play. LMC soccer did very well.
Oh yeah, Jesus kind of all semester long was talking about how great of a team they are, how inspiring they are, and how good of a reputation they have. They're very good soccer players. He did predict this in one of our earlier episodes, so he has bragging rights. He's posted it everywhere already, but congratulations to Jesus. Yeah, you made the prediction. Came true. Yeah, so he knows what he's talking about. Definitely look out for him.
Resident sports expert Jesus Switchblade Kano.
Switchblade Kano.
And looking forward really quick, I guess you could probably call this in the office. So there is no print issue this week, the week of the 19th, and that has nothing to do with the fire. We were already planning to not have a print issue. Next week is going to be our final print issue of the semester on next Friday, and next Tuesday is going to be our final episode of Back Talk. Episode 112 is going to be our last numbered episode for season 1, where it's like a Netflix series. We got 12 episodes, and then we're out till next season. We might do some special editions. We're toying around with the idea, but please tune in next Tuesday for our final episode of Back Talk, final numbered episode.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned. I definitely have plans of continuing because Robbie unfortunately will be leaving.
Well, it's not that unfortunate, but yeah, so I am transferring to Sacramento State, and Anthony is currently seated to take over for me, and we will probably talk a little bit more about that on next episode. But yeah, Back Talk is hopefully something that's going to continue long after I'm gone, long after you're gone even.
Yeah, we have high hopes to just basically revitalize Back Talk continuously and just propel it into the future and make it basically something LMC is known for, and hopefully this first season was a start to something great. So I really thank Robbie here for the opportunity, of course. It's been a great time. Thank you for inviting me as a co-host, and I really hope to push for the future of Back Talk.
Well, you're welcome. And thank the viewer at home for watching. Until next week.
I'm Anthony Martinez.
I'm Herbert Pierce, and this has been Back Talk. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.